Welcome everyone to the 6th episode of the 90th Minute. Today is our World Cup episode. We're going to go in depth, group from group to round of 16, quarterfinals, all that. We're going to try and go almost player to player. So it's going to be an hour of full World Cup dedication. I hope you're excited for it. I know we are. I'm going to kick it over to Lucas here and see what he starts us off with.
Start with Group A, guys. And anyways, everyone watching, I hope all of you are doing well today. Yeah. I hope all of you are excited for the World Cup.
Right around the corner.
I mean, if you're not excited for the World Cup, just
leave.
Get your head checked, please.
So let's start with Group A.
Yeah.
Uruguay, Russia, Egypt, and Saudi Arabia. Mm-hmm. Now, some teams, I don't know much about Saudi Arabia.
I can't say I've watched many of their games.
They're not really available to watch here in Canada.
I mean, that's definitely a very controversial group.
Not only are they not available to watch here in Canada, I don't really think I would choose to watch them here in Canada, but good for them for making a World Cup, I guess. It's a country you don't hear many players from.
Saudi Arabia, Egypt, Russia. Well, Russia's hosting. So
that's the reason they're there. They wouldn't be there if they weren't hosting.
Yeah, well, it's likely not.
Yeah, their star player is a guy named... what's his name? Fahad Ali Mouvalad.
Oh, I've heard of him all the time. Mm-hmm. Best friends with the guy.
Top player in the Saudi League, I believe. Does he play in the Saudi League?
Anyways, let's talk about players we do know. Let's talk about your Uruguay for a second here. The favorites to top the group, one of the most attacking teams at the tournament, I want to say,
And I think one of the best center back duo in the tournament.
Yeah, honestly, I was looking at that.
Talk about the center backs. So what do you see there?
Their center back duo is the Atletico Madrid duo, Godin and Jimenez, who have been rock solid for Atletico Madrid this season. And I think it could compete with the best teams, I think.
Here's a controversial statement. I'll throw it out there. The two of them remind me of Bonucci and Chiellini from the last World Cup. Rock solid.
Somewhat, yeah.
They've played together for a while. They have great chemistry. They understand each other. So I think not only have they've done it for club. Let's see if they can move in and do it for country.
Yeah. Well, last World Cup, Uruguay made the round of 16.
Yeah, but I think they're going to try and do a bit better this one.
But as long as a guy named Luis Suarez doesn't bite anyone, they also have one of the best attacks.
Hopefully he's learned from his past mistakes. Yeah. My God.
Suarez and Edson Cavani up front.
Yeah, that's
brilliant.
Insane.
Yeah, really
and then
good.
their midfield is quite decent. They have guys like Lucas Torreira, who's rumored to go to Arsenal. He's a solid
Don't go to
center
Arsenal.
defensive midfielder.
Don't want to go there.
So Uruguay, they look pretty good.
Yeah, so attacking minded, solid defense, goaltending.
Muslera is a decent keeper.
Okay, could be better, I think.
Plays for Galatasaray.
Yeah.
They're not a bad team. They won the league, I think.
Yeah, they did right at the very end there, yeah.
So,
but overall, Uruguay, solid team. We're going to go with that.
And Russia, I don't know as much about them, but they do have a young squad.
They have a young squad of players who play in Russia, which is good, I think, for the Russian league.
Yeah.
I don't see them doing much this tournament, but possibly come Euros or next World Cup, maybe the team's more solid, more together. Who knows? They might be able to do something.
Yeah. According to The Guardian, their star player is Igor Akinfeev, the goaltender.
Yeah, he's not bad, yeah.
He's a goalie who's made a lot of weird errors in past World Cups too. So we'll see if he's up for it in this tournament in front of the big fans.
And should we talk about the last and final team?
Yeah, of course.
Mohamed Salah in Egypt.
Mo Salah. Mo Salah.
I was looking at that team. It's like it's really only Mohamed Salah. Then, well, didn't look too promising.
There's like Higazi who plays for West Brom, but he got relegated.
That doesn't sound promising at all.
There's El Neni who plays
Mohamed
for
El
Arsenal.
Neni's not too bad.
One thing about Egypt though, they play more of a defensive style. So I don't know if that really suits Mohamed Salah or not, because they're kind of more counterattacking, I think.
But I think that suits him perfectly. They have his pace up front, let him run, see what they can come up with, nick a goal, you never know.
Maybe this is a tournament for a guy like Ramadan Sobi, who did get relegated with Stoke, but he is a promising youngster.
I think Egypt, if Egypt can play the way Leicester City did when they won the league, they might actually have a chance.
I think you're asking for a lot.
No, soak up pressure, defend well, do the right things from the back, and boom, hit him on a counterattack and score a goal, and then soak up more pressure.
Yeah, it's a lot to ask for.
Yeah. It is, but I think, why are they not capable of it, right?
If Mohamed Salah is back and fully
he's 100%,
fit, then there's no reason why Egypt doesn't have a chance in this group.
Yeah, totally, yeah.
So we might as well go to our predictions then.
For Group A there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
So, Liam, who do you have going through?
First, I have Uruguay. I think that's pretty undisputed.
Yeah.
Second, I have Egypt. Actually, I think they have enough. They have enough talent. I think they're riding a good wave right now, where they could maybe do something. Third, I have Russia, and then fourth, Saudi Arabia.
Okay, I'll go next because Waz, I think you've said you had something controversial.
Yeah.
So I went with Uruguay in first place as well. I think they're a dark horse in this tournament
Yeah.
for sure. I went with Russia in second.
Wow.
Because there's only been one World Cup team that's been eliminated in the first round, and that was South Africa, and they're obviously not that great of
No.
a football country. But Russia, I think their team is decent enough, and I think the home crowd can push them
Yeah,
further.
potentially. Yeah.
I had Egypt in third. I kind of want to see Egypt go through because I love Mohamed Salah. That's why I bought this magazine here.
Yeah.
And then I had Saudi Arabia in fourth. I could look like a fool because I don't know much
We
about
don't know.
them.
That's an
But
unfortunate
you
thing.
never
yeah.
know. Now, Waz, what about you?
Well, I have Uruguay in first. I think they're gonna get the 3-0 of the group. Just top it. I think they're just gonna slaughter past these teams. In second, I have Saudi Arabia. I feel like it's a team that they perform well together. A lot of chemistry. They all play in similar leagues. And in third, I have Russia. I mean, they got the home crowd, but I feel like the group. I mean, I don't know. It's a tough group, and they can get maybe a point or two from Saudi Arabia, from Egypt.
Fair enough.
So and last, I put Egypt just because. I mean, I was looking at the previous matches, and it just doesn't seem like. I mean, when you draw Kuwait 1-1, that just doesn't strike fear to me. And
Well, it is just a friendly.
Yeah,
but
I don't
mean,
put much
they
weight into friendlies.
lost 2-1 to Portugal. They lost 1-0 to Greece. 0-0.
But so you say they lost 2-1 to Portugal. That says to me, look, they lost by a goal to the reigning European champions.
Still, I mean, just because you're Mohamed Salah doesn't really.
But they have more players than just him.
I feel like they won't, and he's probably not gonna be at his top.
We don't know. That's the
non-healthiest,
thing.
right?
We don't know what's going on there with Mohamed Salah. But bold predictions already
Yeah,
there.
so
We do all have different second
Yeah,
place choices.
I just think Saudi Arabia, maybe with their chemistry, they can probably surprise some people.
One of us will be right, but or maybe we'll be
I
completely
think
wrong.
I think after the video we'll have a picture of each of our brackets, kind of to recap if you
Yeah.
want to look back on anything.
Or check us out on social media.
yeah, that as well.
We'll
have
be
them
on
up there.
Twitter. We'll post it on Twitter. We've opened an Instagram account, so
Yeah.
check
Links
it out
will
there.
all be in the description.
And I think Facebook will have it too.
Yeah. Should we move on to Group B now?
Yeah, this isn't. It
It's an
seems easy on
interesting-
paper.
Yeah.
But Group B: Spain, Portugal, Morocco, and Iran.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't know. Spain seems like they're one of the favorites in this tournament.
Yeah. I watched them
Definitely.
play Argentina in a friendly a few months back.
Oh yeah.
And boy, did Spain look good. They looked like the Spain of 2010.
They spanked Argentina 6-1.
It was
so.
mental how good they looked.
Yeah, I've been hearing a lot of people opinions like don't sleep on Spain.
I think they've got a younger squad. You know, they still have the older, more formidable players, but I think they've brought in some youth like Isco into there, and I think they'll do okay. They had the best goalie in the tournament, arguably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Portugal, Euro 2016 winners.
I think they'll get through this group, but I don't think they'll get any further after that.
Well, we'll get into that.
Yeah.
But Portugal, I don't know. They do have some good talent.
Yeah, they do.
No doubt they have Cristiano Ronaldo, but I mean,
He's aging. True.
It's likely his last World Cup, but we don't know. He's a top athlete, extremely fit. So.
Like Rui Patricio, he's a great goalkeeper.
He is a
Yeah.
good goalie.
Pepe, the Maverick, according to the Guardian.
Pepe's gonna go get a red card first game.
I don't know. Like Pepe is good. Ricardo Pereira, the right back, is good, but I don't see much in that defense.
I think this. Well, okay, we're all leaning towards Spain, Portugal finishing 1-2, no matter which way they finish, right? No, it might. Okay, well, anyways, I am. So I think first game is Spain versus Portugal. Winner of that game will top the group, in my opinion.
Okay. Well, let's not forget about the other teams.
Well, let's forget about them.
Nah. Morocco, they have some good players on their
Yeah,
team.
no, definitely got
Hakim Ziyech is a good player.
Benati has a really good center back too.
And then there's also Azmouna in Iran. People call him the Iranian Messi, even though
Yeah, I've seen that.
he's not he doesn't really play like Messi.
No,
But he could be a breakout star in this tournament.
you never know. Yeah, that's what I love about the World Cup is
Yeah.
there's always a player or a team that just is unbelievable and they break out. Yeah,
Right, so this is my prediction.
sure.
So I think with Portugal, they'll get second, Spain 1st. But I think Portugal will tie all their games.
That reminds me of a similar tournament.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
I think they'll tie Spain the first game, tie Morocco and Iran, but Morocco and Iran will tie each other. So that's why Portugal will go through.
bowl. I like it. You know, if that happens, you know, congratulations. Yeah.
So yours is Portugal, Spain?
Yeah,
Okay.
but Spain first.
Yeah, Spain's first. Yeah, I have
Morocco third.
Yeah, I have Spain first, Portugal second, Iran third, Morocco fourth. I see this group as one of the more. I see Spain walking away with this group, but I see Portugal also going through comfortably.
Okay. What about you, Waz?
Well, first, of course, is Spain. I don't think why anyone would doubt them. Second, I have Morocco. I don't think out of Portugal, they've never really impressed me. Like even at the Euros, they were kind of like, you know, they got third in their group and got, you know, pretty lucky with how the tournament format was to even progress.
We told you to do bold predictions.
Yes.
You went really bold.
Don't worry. I mean, they've got an aging squad somewhat. It's, you know, I don't really see a lot of promise in Portugal. Sure, they got all these named players, but it doesn't seem like they've had standout performances.
So
like Spain.
you're going more on a team basis, not
Yeah.
an individual talent basis. I like that. You know,
I
I hope that is true because I love seeing when teams come
Yeah,
together.
and I think Morocco's a team that, you know, people don't really look at because, you know, they play in the AFCON, right? African.
Yeah.
And they've got good defenders, good players all around, and you never know, right?
Yeah,
So-
it's a good idea to
Yeah.
have Portugal out because last World Cup they were eliminated by the
And
USA.
the Euros, like, they every game went to extra time in the knockout stages. So
no, not every game.
You have. Well, sorry to interrupt. You have the
Yeah.
Morocco recent results pulled up here. You know, 2-1 versus Slovakia, 2-1 versus Serbia,
Exactly.
4-0 versus Nigeria.
while Nigeria had a red card.
That's
Well, I mean, yeah, okay, actually makes sense, but and they did well in qualifying as well. So
like yeah, those are decent enough results.
Yeah.
I mean, 3-0 versus Gabon, you know, and 2-0 versus Ivory Coast.
yeah,
You know, maybe you're right. Maybe this is a team that
Yeah.
will, you know, have a Iceland performance in
or
the
not
in the
just
Euros,
Iceland.
you know?
I think like maybe no,
or like Senegal 2002.
Costa
Rica.
Or
Yeah.
was it 2002? I don't
Yeah,
know.
Costa Rica last year. There's lots of these smaller teams in this World Cup that people are going, hey, you know what? They have a chance here. You know, the groups may be a bit not as stacked against them, or maybe
and look, I have the Portuguese.
recent results.
Yeah, and they drew Tunisia 2-2. They beat Algeria 3-0.
Drew's 0-0 with Belgium. Lost 3-0 to the Dutch.
And they had a red card. So I mean, I understand in these matches they're friendlies, they're testing out the rosters, but it still kind of says a lot maybe about the coach's tactics and the players they might be bringing. So, and I mean, with a team like Morocco, they're putting out their best players, and yeah,
Yeah, fair enough. You know, it's an interesting group.
yeah,
I think the Portuguese will have enough talent to go through, but if there is an upset, you know, I would love to see it against the
And
Portuguese.
of course, Iran on the bottom bit. I don't know. It's just like those three teams are strong, and I
Yeah.
think Iran just kind of doesn't stand a chance. Maybe squeak a draw against Portugal.
No,
So-
you never know.
Yeah.
Well, let's move on to
Move
Group
to Group
C.
C, yeah.
We talked a lot about Group B, but
It's an interesting one, yeah.
But Group C contains France, Peru, Denmark, and Australia.
Big fan of Peru. Big fan.
And speaking of that jersey you have
Yes.
beside you, the Peru jersey.
Yes.
It's-
Got it in Peru. Was there for 2 months. Good time.
You want to talk about that player?
Yeah, Guerrero is their captain. He was suspended from the tournament for performance-enhancing
It
drugs.
was because of cocaine or something, but that's
Typical
because
Peruvian. No offense to any Peruvians, but I mean,
like in Peru, like they give you some drink.
yeah, coca leaves. It's for altitude.
okay.
It's the main ingredient in cocaine. You chew it in the back of your mouth. So I mean, maybe that's what it was. But I don't believe that. I hate to break it to you.
Oh, well, fortunately for him,
Yeah.
his 14-month ban was overturned, and he'll be playing at this year's World Cup.
He's a key player for them. I think he'll bring a lot of quality to the midfield, and I think he'll do well.
I like Peru. Like
I was
the
see-
friendlies I've seen
Yeah,
them.
they look okay.
I was
yeah.
looking at their previous results, and they seem to be doing pretty fine. So
Yeah, they're doing good.
it's a tough group to actually predict, honestly. I mean, let's actually continue
Yeah.
before we get to our
So
predictions.
Denmark, they have Christian Eriksen, who some people might say is world class.
I think he
I think
is
he
an
is, yeah.
up and coming top midfielder in the world.
I think he already is. I mean, when I watched him against Poland in qualifiers,
I
looked
think
really
he
well.
will be once he goes to a real team.
You
What?
okay? Let's.
Oh,
Anyways, this is the World Cup. Let's focus on the World Cup.
Fine.
He's a great quality midfielder. He's always been a threat.
so Denmark, they got some good players though, like Eriksen. There's Sisto from Celta Vigo, who
Yusuf Poulsen.
he's all right.
I like him. I'm a big fan of him.
But apparently their first choice defensive midfielder, William Kvist, lost his place at his club last season, so it could be somewhere where a team could expose, according to The Guardian. But
Not trusted source.
oh, they're good. So. But they also have Michael Net. They got some
Great goalie,
decent
yeah, really good
defenders.
goalie, yeah.
Cher, Vestergaard, Christensen, center backs, like not bad options.
Yeah.
And how about Australia?
Australia,
Tim Cahill.
37 years old.
Yeah, I'm surprised he's still playing.
Nah, he'll be okay for them. He can always nick you a goal. Midfielder, they have Tom Rogic, the Celtic midfielder.
Aaron Moy.
Good guy. Yeah.
Aaron Moy's
a
good, yeah.
Yeah,
player,
didn't,
So
They also have some young talent called Daniel Arzani. I've been seeing a lot of tweets about him. Apparently, he's promising. So maybe,
I think Australia is a team similar to the U.S. Since where they built their own league and everything, and
Yeah.
now they're seeing the fruits of the labor where they have these young kids who grew up dreaming to play in the Australian league instead of dreaming to play in Europe or anything.
okay.
So I think there's gonna be some young players, maybe not this tournament, but next one, coming through to really have a good solid team there.
Yeah, the guy's name is Daniel Arzani. So if he makes an impact,
Yeah,
not
fair
bad.
enough.
But I don't know. And there's also one team we forgot
Yeah,
about.
I mean,
One of the favorites in this tournament again.
France.
Le Bleu.
They tied the USA this weekend though.
Yeah, well,
I mean, I feel like the U.S. just want to prove something at this point.
I don't know.
I don't think it was a full French team, was it?
No,
No,
they-
it was.
Was
They-
it?
Yeah, actually, honestly, I think so.
They played their full team. Like,
Yeah, I don't count friendlies.
well, you counted them for some of the things we were talking about,
I'm biased, okay?
but no Timothy Weah in that game.
No,
shame.
unfortunately.
But there's a guy named Sargent who's 18 too.
Huh,
He's
not
pretty
bad.
good.
Yeah.
But anyways, we're not USA aren't in the World Cup.
No.
so,
No.
unfortunately. But
Next one they'll be there.
yes,
We'll see.
When they host it.
next one's in Qatar.
Well, when they host it, they'll be there guaranteed. I'm saying they'll be the next one, and then when they host it, they'll win the
I think
tournament.
it's, yeah. Anyways, yeah, I'll start off with predictions. I guess I'll go with France first. Simple.
Yeah, France, like
Yeah.
obviously their attack. They play some of the most beautiful football in this
Yeah.
tournament, I think, along with Brazil.
I hope they don't have a bad tournament.
Yeah,
I hope they
honestly.
actually show up and live up to their expectations.
Well, I mean, they did good in the Euros,
yeah,
so I mean, there's no reason to doubt the squad. Yeah, second I have Denmark. I think they have a good team, well-rounded, experienced. Although I could see Peru getting second as well. So it's a toss-up between those two.
Yeah.
But which one are you
Australia
choosing for sure?
Oh, Denmark. That's what I have confirmed. But
Then Peru third.
yeah, I wouldn't be surprised like if Peru was Peru's third, and then Australia last. I just feel like they can maybe compete with some of those teams.
I have the exact same. France, Denmark, Peru, Australia. I feel bad for Australia because I really want them to go through. They got a soft spot.
Yeah,
for
I
some
don't
reason.
know why.
I don't know. I've always liked it. I'm a big fan of Tim Cahill. I always have been. Every single World Cup, he always pops up with a great goal or two. But yeah, I think Denmark will have the quality to go through. I think Peru will be a real solid competitor, and that one might be a really tight 2 or 3. But we'll see. Who do you have?
I have France first, and I have Peru 2nd. I like what I see from Peru. And Denmark, I feel like there's gonna be something missing from them.
Fair enough. Yeah.
But yeah, I have Denmark third and Australia fourth.
Yeah. Well, it'd be an interesting group. I think. I think that'll be one of the closer ones. I think.
Moving on to Group D, we got Argentina, Nigeria, Iceland, and Croatia.
I think this will be the most exciting group.
I think
I think this one will be the most the group where any team can win against any team. That's what I see in this. I think this one could just be a barn burner.
It's definitely interesting. Yeah.
I see what you mean there. As Argentina, obviously, another favorite in this tournament. There's many favorites, obviously.
I think Argentina are a favorite in the tournament, and they're the favorite in the group, but I don't think they're going to win as comfortably as many will think.
Yeah, and then Nigeria, exciting African team.
Yeah.
Some young players in that squad.
They have an exciting attack.
Yeah.
And it'd be interesting to see what Alex Iwobi does for Nigeria compared to what he does for Arsenal.
Yeah. And then there's obviously Iceland, who
Are running the wave right now. They're
smallest ever country to qualify for a World Cup.
Were they first in the group? Do you know?
Yeah.
Oh,
they
okay.
topped it,
Interesting.
Over a team that was also in this group, Croatia.
Yeah, they will be an interesting team to see here.
But Croatia's one of the best midfields in this World Cup.
I think they have an overall good squad, especially with strikers.
Let's talk about Argentina first. I mean, attacking, brilliant. Midfield, pretty good. Defense, I think a bit shaky. And goalie, they lost their starting goaltender.
Yeah.
I feel like Argentina kind of relied too much on Messi, and
As they always do.
they also struggle in qualifying, especially with that amazing attack. But it's like,
Oh, they didn't have this manager full time during qualifying.
okay, so that might change things. But
Yeah,
still, I don't.
They need to really come to this tournament prepared.
On paper, I really like their team, but when they come to play, it's like I don't rate them too much. So
I don't know. I kind of like their midfield. They got guys like Biglia, who's all right, but they also have Giovanni Lo Celso, who really broke out for PSG last season. And also their attack is pretty good too, obviously.
Yeah, attacking wise, I mean, you can't argue about Messi's
Aguero,
talent.
Dybala, Messi, who else?
Di
they got?
Maria.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like.
But-
I mean, Di Maria can also play midfield, but
But Manuel Lanzini, he's injured for the whole World Cup,
Oh,
unfortunately.
yeah.
Big loss for. Well, I don't know. It's a good option off the bench.
I
that
like
they
him.
lost.
I don't mind him as a player, actually. But, I mean, Iceland, what can you say about Iceland? They're just doing the job right now.
Yeah.
They're not flashy players. They don't play flashy. They just get the job done, which is, I think, for me, brilliant. I love seeing small nation with lots of passion and everything. Unfortunately, I think this will be the end of their exciting run.
yeah.
But we'll see. We'll see what happens there.
what I really like about this World Cup is that there's it's a very balanced groups. Like,
Yeah,
all of them
yeah,
are
yeah.
very balanced. It's kind of hard to predict who will be number one, who will be number two.
You could argue that.
But I feel like there's always like a clear bottom team. Team that's gonna finish last.
Really?
I feel like with most groups, because I mean Australia, Iran.
I don't think Australia's a clear to finish bottom.
No, I mean that's a strong group. See, I mean like it's very balanced for the most part, but there's like maybe one team that's kind
I
of.
think there's a couple of groups
left out.
that have kind of standalone
Yeah.
winners, and there's a few groups that have standalone losers. But I think the majority of them are all are very pretty similar.
All right, let's get to our predictions though.
For this group.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm interested to hear what you guys think. Cause
I have Argentina 1st. I think you have to go with. You have to trust that they'll do the job.
yeah.
Second, I have Croatia.
Okay.
I think their midfield will push them through, and they have a good goal scorer up front. I have Nigeria third. I think they'll be close with attacking threat, but I think defensively they'll be let down. And then, unfortunately, I have Iceland fourth. I just don't see them having the quality for this tournament, unfortunately.
Okay.
But you never know. That's the thing I love about the World Cup.
Was?
So I'm gonna go with Croatia at first.
Oh, really?
So I think they got overall the best squad out of the. I mean, yeah, Argentina's got the attack, but I mean that 1-6-1 loss to Spain is really stinker to me. And it's like, okay, can they perform against World Cup quality teams? And I do have Argentina in second, with Nigeria third. But I mean, I like to see Nigeria do well, and of course, I honestly would not be surprised if Argentina did not get to the knockout stage. But the fact that they have the Messi factor is what kind of pushes them ahead.
That's just wow.
I don't agree with you at
It's
all.
just- I mean, they kind
here,
of did struggle in
if-
qualifying, did they not?
If Argentina do not make it to the knockout stages, I will buy you an Alex Iwobi Nigerian jersey, and I don't care how much it costs because they're all sold out. They'll cost a lot.
I'm confident Argentina can get to the knockout stage.
but you're not shocked if they don't.
Yeah,
Fair
so
enough.
it's like,
I would be shocked if they don't.
And you have Iceland last?
yeah. I mean, yeah, I'm sure they did good in qualifying, but the rest.
Hit me
I don't
with,
know.
it, Lucas. You're dying there.
Go
to say
ahead.
Something.
All right, so I have Argentina first, obviously.
Yeah.
But let me tell you my fourth place team,
Okay.
Croatia.
Really?
I have them bottom of the group.
Why?
I don't like that.
No.
Go ahead.
Why do you say that?
I don't know. When I watched them against Brazil, I know we talked about this friendly nonsense, whatever.
Yeah.
But I wasn't too impressed. They weren't making the most of the midfield they had, and they did fire a manager after a loss in qualifying, and I'm still not sure if that manager is the right guy for them.
There's going to be a bit of instability there.
And also, they were behind Iceland in their qualifying group.
Yeah, they were. Yeah.
So I kept that in mind. But it's not Iceland I have in second. It's Nigeria.
I hope you're right.
The Niger boys.
I love them, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have a good feeling about Nigeria. They have a good vibe. A lot of hype around their jerseys, obviously, but that's not the reason I chose them.
Yeah.
I think they got some exciting players.
They do. They really do.
They played well against Atletico Madrid.
As long as their young goalie doesn't make a bad mistake like he did against England,
Yeah.
I think they can get through.
They looked okay against England, actually.
Yeah, but they did have a loss against the Czech Republic, and they also tied DR Congo 1-1. They lost to Serbia 2-0.
They beat Poland.
Well, yeah, we didn't play well that match.
They got smashed by Morocco.
Yeah, so I mean Nigeria, I guess attacking wise, they're an exciting team, but
Yeah.
that's why the World Cup is very interesting.
Yeah. So
Alright, yeah,
we're pretty different opinions on that.
Yeah,
group, though,
Probably the most different one so far.
That was one of the toughest ones for me, I think.
For me, it's like
to
I wouldn't be
choose.
surprised if I'm wrong, but it's
Yeah.
kind of having fun.
Group E,
Yeah, Group B, Brazil.
another tough one.
Yeah, Brazil, Switzerland, Serbia, and Costa Rica.
Yeah. There's a lot of teams here that I think could do something if they have a good tournament.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of teams here I think could really crumble if things don't go perfectly for them.
I feel outside of Brazil, these three teams, Serbia, Costa Rica, and Switzerland, I think they just don't have the best strikers, in my opinion. I think they kind of struggle
Switzerland.
with the finisher,
Yeah, Switzerland has Shaqiri.
but he's not really a striker.
No,
Like,
but he will be their main goal scoring threat.
like their other striker is Seferovic, who apparently struggled at Benfica this
Yeah.
season.
Who's the Costa Rican striker?
Good question.
Is it what's it, Joel something?
Joel Campbell?
Yeah, is it?
He's more of a wide man, I think. But I'll see. But yeah, Costa Rica.
Brian Ruiz.
Brian Ruiz is a midfielder, I think.
I'm just naming all the Costa Rican players I know.
They have Colindres, Venegas, Joel Campbell, and Ureña, which I don't know if 3 of the 4 names there.
No. And then Serbia.
Serbia, they have Mitrovic, who played in
He's not bad, yeah.
played in the championship last year. So
It's not the worst though.
yeah, and who else do they have? They have Prijovic, Kostic, who's a wide man, Randonic. I think I said that wrong. But here's one guy who, a breakthrough star, Luka Jovic, young talent, played for Benfica last season. Well, no, I don't think he played much for Benfica last season. He might have actually been on loan, but I heard a lot of good things
Yeah,
about
fair
him.
enough, yeah.
He seems promising, and he might get a chance.
So, do you think they'll go through? What's your predictions for that group?
Well, obviously Brazil,
Okay.
one of the best teams in this tournament. So they're first. I have Serbia second. I think a guy like Milinkovic Savic, like their midfield is actually boss. Like
Yeah.
they got Milinkovic Savic, Matic, Tadic, Ljajic, Grujic,
So many itch.
Yeah.
Milivojevic.
yeah.
Like I think this is underrated midfield, honestly.
Fair enough. It's almost like a poor man's version of the Croatian midfield, in a sense, Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have Costa Rica third. Unfortunately, I don't think they're going to make that surprising run like 2014. And I have Switzerland fourth, which some might not agree with.
I don't agree with
Neither
it.
do I.
Mine's pretty
Yeah.
different to yours. I have Brazil first, obviously, with Neymar, Coutinho, Firmino.
Samba boys.
Everyone going forward for Brazil is brilliant. Defensively, I think they're lacking a tiny bit. Goaltending's okay, actually, but midfield and forwards, brilliant. They'll do perfectly fine scoring goals. So, they're going through comfortably. Second, I have Switzerland. I think they'll have a shock tournament, I think they'll pull some upsets here or there. I have Serbia third and Costa Rica fourth.
Yeah, Brazil third. I mean, Brazil first. Brazil first. I'm sorry, that's my bad. Yeah, they have overall a very good squad. I can't no complaints about it. They're strong everywhere.
Defensively, they're not.
I think
strong.
defensively they're better than they were last tournament, and they're probably smarter too. Very good match as well, coaching. So they basically smashed qualifying or just,
they were.
So
yeah.
I mean they're very confident going to the tournament. Second I got Switzerland. I thought they've had a couple good results. They have some good players and all around have played well. Third Serbia. They've also had some good results, and they could also probably maybe get second. So it's a toss up between Switzerland and Serbia for second, but I have Switzerland, and then last is Costa Rica, but maybe they'll have another run like last tournament.
I mean,
So
if Keylor Navas has a good
Yeah.
tournament again, you never know, right?
Interesting thoughts.
yeah,
Group F.
With Korea, Mexico, Sweden, and Germany.
This one for me was another tough one because I had
I feel like
A
there's
few teams,
I feel
yeah.
like there's always this clear top team.
yeah,
The second's kind of okay, maybe no.
yeah, that's fair. So who is your clear top team?
Well, Germany.
Yes.
Yeah, let's be real.
Yeah, we all have Germany first.
Yeah.
I think.
Champions, obviously.
Well, then again, you never know. They could have a tournament like Spain last tournament where
I read a thing. Is the last two World Cup winners, Spain and Italy, before Germany, lost the next year in the group stages.
Same thing happened to France in 2002.
Yeah.
So if Germany get knocked out somehow, it'll be 3-3 for the winners going out in the next tournament.
Yeah,
So,
so it's
I don't know. I think Germany. I don't think they're kind of similar to last tournament. Less of the experience, I think.
Yeah.
yeah.
But more of a dynamicism to them.
Unfortunately we didn't get to talk about it last week as it happened after our show.
Oh, yeah.
But Leroy Sané, the young player of the year in England, this bright Manchester City starlet, lost out. He didn't get a spot in the team.
Yeah, I don't really have an answer for that. So
It blows my
I don't
mind.
think any of us do. So it's,
I know it came out saying he had a bad run of form for the national team, but
well, maybe yeah.
I think a player of his quality has to go to the
Yeah,
tournament.
I believe in the mentality you should bring your nation's best players to the World Cup because they will shine.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
But
I think he's better than a guy like Julian Brandt.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
He's better than most of those maybe wingers.
He's
they
making
brought.
into a Manchester City squad that just walked through the Premier League,
But play devil's advocate here. Maybe Yugi Lu doesn't like how he works in his system.
It's
Yeah,
possible,
yeah,
but I think you have to almost find a way to fit him into your system because the excitement he brings to your attack, the speed, the finishing, the pace, it's brilliant,
Now let's move on to Sweden. They eliminated Italy, who we have a jersey
that's
right
true.
here.
Yeah, I brought that along so we could talk about not only Italy missing out, but also like the Dutch and the U.S., Italy had a bad qualifying. They're starting, I think, to put the pieces back together. New manager, Balotelli's back. I think Italy will be okay. They just need to start fresh almost. But to talk about Sweden, they were fully deserving of being in this tournament. They were deserving of beating Italy. Good for them. They have a good striker in John Guidetti. They left Zlatan at home. They said, we don't want his ego to be in our squad. We want to focus on team.
Yeah, it's because if you bring Zlatan, it's just all going to be about him.
Yeah.
But you can say the same about Portugal and Ronaldo, Messi, and Argentina. But it's kind of different because those teams are good, good all around.
They have side players.
Yeah.
Sweden has good players. Forsberg's really good. But I think it's actually a good decision to leave.
And
Zlatan
if
at home.
Zlatan was coming, it'd be like, oh, Zlatan's coming to the World Cup. Zlatan's coming. It's not Sweden. It's Zlatan.
Yeah, and he would demand almost a starting spot.
See, I love Zlatan Ibrahimovic, but sometimes it's too much, and you gotta be more professional about it.
Yeah. But yeah, I think they'll be an interesting team to watch.
Then with Korea, they have Heung-min Son, one of the best players in the Premier League.
This
Yeah.
is a great year.
Problem with Korea, their attack, some of their best attackers are missing the tournament. So a lot of the attack has to go through Son.
It's gonna rely all
They
on
also
one player. Yeah.
don't have a very good defense either.
They just got a new coach.
They don't have a really notable keeper. So can I just say my prediction? I think they're getting bottom of the group.
Oh,
That's just my opinion already. I'm sorry.
Let's talk about Mexico. How about
Yeah.
that? You know, they have an exciting young team.
last two tournaments they went through the knockout stages, and they have a guy named Herving Lozano, very promising
Yeah.
player for PSV Eindhoven.
That's Chucky, right?
yeah, Chucky.
Yeah. Yeah, he scored 22 goals, I believe it was this season.
yeah, that's
Wow.
impressive.
For was it 18 or how old is he?
I think he's like 21, 22.
Okay, so a bit
but
older.
like first year in Europe.
Yeah, it was really good. Yeah,
That's extremely good.
and Chicharito in the box. You know, he's always going to get you a goal.
See, I know what you mean with Chicharito, but I feel like he's kind of aged a bit. He's kind of lost his spark.
Yeah, he has, but
So-
I think he'll always score you a goal. if
Maybe,
need be.
I don't know. He's not the same. Like, even with West Ham, he didn't do well.
Well, that was under David Moyes.
Well, he did do well at Bayer Leverkusen, so I can't
Yeah.
really say much, but still.
And then in that they have Ochoa,
Oh yeah.
who I think he'll be okay again. You know,
well, he started. I'm not sure if he's a starter or not.
I honestly I don't know either, but whoever is the starter, I think Mexico will be okay.
They
Yeah.
do have Rafa Marquez in the team. I think it's his 5th World Cup.
No, not bad.
Wow.
Not bad. Do you want to talk about your predictions, Waz?
I'll just if I put Mexico second. I think they got the Mexican flair in there, and they're a good team. So another one of those things where it's like, oh, okay, well, you know, Sweden could also get second, but I got Sweden third. Maybe they just don't have that edge that Mexico have. But yeah,
Yeah, I have to agree with you. I'm Germany 1, Mexico 2, Sweden 3, and Korea 4. I think Mexico will. I think Mexico will be okay, and I think Sweden will give them a good fight. But I don't know if they have necessarily the players to get the results needed.
It's 3 for 3. Germany first, Mexico 2nd, Sweden 3rd.
yeah.
We all agree that's pretty shocking.
Next, we got Group G: Belgium, Tunisia, Panama, and England.
This is one that I think a lot of people think it's a 2-team group, and I'd have to agree with them.
You know, I would like to see Tunisia be that surprise team. I'd like to see that. That'd be kind of interesting. In my
I could see
opinion.
Tunisia surprising.
Yeah, you obviously somewhat favor them because you watched some of their playing, but you know, I feel like Belgium, I feel like England and Belgium have much higher quality compared to the
Yeah.
other two
Yeah,
teams.
sorry,
And-
Tunisia
Yeah.
fans out there. No, sorry.
And then Panama, it's a nice story. First World Cup.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good for you guys. Now
But I don't
pack
think
and go home.
Wow, that's
crude.
as the kids say, savage.
Harsh words from the Scotsman over here.
With Belgium, they've been labeled as a dark horse in past tournaments, but I don't think
Yeah.
you can call them that anymore.
They have
No,
all the
no,
right. They have
definitely not.
all the right players. They should do well. They have all all the pieces of the puzzle, but they just can't seem to put them all together. I think they have the wrong coach. They have inexperienced international players. They rely too heavily on players who are a bit egotistical. Hazard, for example, I have to say. And I think with Nangolan being left out of the squad, they'll miss something in the middle of midfield. That's just my
I think
opinion.
they'll do well in their group. When it comes to the rest of the tournament, we'll see.
Yeah.
I'd like to see England top the group. I would like
let's
to.
talk about England for a bit, 'cause I think they're a very interesting team.
I think they've got good players in every position. Every good player. They don't have world class except for Harry Kane, but like they don't have a Sergio Ramos or a Piqué or Hummels. You know, they don't have the top center back that you need to go deep in a tournament like the World Cup.
Yeah, I would agree. Defensively, that's probably the
Yeah.
weakest area. Maybe goaltending.
Yeah.
Any
Yeah,
experience?
true.
They
But,
do have a lot of ball playing center backs that could be beneficial to their system.
I would strongly recommend to not start John Stones.
I don't know.
I know you don't mind him, right?
I don't like him, but
Oh, you don't. I can't
but
stand
I can
him.
see him working in England's setup.
Gary Cahill in the middle.
Personally,
I'm not a fan of
No,
Gary
but you
Cahill.
need- you need a
I know
stay-at-home
I know you
defender.
need him there. I'm just not a fan of him.
He's better than Phil Jones.
Yes.
give Phil a chance.
No,
See,
Gary Cahill, Harry Maguire on the left hand side, and
Yes,
Kyle Walker on
big
the
fan.
right. That
See,
to
that's
me
what I feel
is,
like,
a
yeah,
good,
like,
is a good defensive
they
player.
got decent players in each position, but none of them are like
I
extremely
think
world class.
I think England will they won't rely on, but I think their stars will be Sterling, Dele Alli, and Jesse Lingard.
Yes, Jesse Lingard. Big
And
fan.
I say Lingard
And
over Rashford.
Why not Rashford?
Well,
Did you see the goal he scored the other day?
brilliant goal. Here's why I say no Rashford. Because Harry Kane's there.
Oh, that's true.
And I think if Harry Kane's starting, they're gonna say, well, we need a second striker.
Yeah. And they got Jamie Vardy.
That's
So,
another thing.
I mean-
I don't know if they'll start Rashford or Vardy.
I mean, that's great for England. Good attacking options.
But I think with Dele Alli starting in the middle, him and Harry Kane have a great chemistry already. He'll be integral to that team.
And I don't know.
Raheem Sterling has had the best season of his life. You know, he's in great physical shape. I think he'll do well, you know, going up down the wings.
I don't know why, but I feel like there's less pressure with this English team. Because they don't have the Gerrard, the Lampard, the Rooney.
I agree. I think people see.
And they kind of like they now expect them to do worse.
Well, but I think before when they had the older players,
Yeah.
people expected them to win the tournament. This time, people are going, let's see what they can do.
Yeah.
Let's see what these young kids can do.
But you know the English media.
Yeah.
Oh, they're mental.
Like even with Raheem Sterling recently, like we talked about it last show. But like I watched a few videos from Copa 90.
Yeah.
And they did really well talking about the English media and how it affects the players. Like they interviewed Lallana, Walker, and Sterling. And I don't know. I'd recommend you guys
But
watching it.
I think the difference between this team and the Euro 2016 team is they have some swagger, especially with Jesse Lingard.
I
and Raheem Sterling and
I don't mind this England
they're
team.
fun players.
I don't mind this England team,
Yeah.
and that hurts me to say honestly. I don't think they'll go too far in the tournament.
Maybe we could say they're a dark horse. So maybe they are a dark horse, unlike Belgium.
Oh,
you know,
it's possible. I think I would like to say England has a better chance of going further than Belgium.
I think the pressure is there, but the expectations have been lowered.
They have all these.
So maybe that's.
They have all the right players. Let's see if England can step up and do something.
Let's be honest. When it comes to nations like England, Germany, there's always going to be that pressure. So they can relate to teams like Spain and Germany. So.
Yeah.
But I think it's going to be a great tournament. They could have a great tournament. They could have a poor tournament. And I hope the best for them because I'm a Man United fan. And, I would be in shock if one day I see Phil Jones with the World Cup trophy. It's not going to happen.
Mental.
But for Phil Jones, he's a inconsistent player for United. He can be good at times, but for the most part, he kind of bottles it. So I kind of hope he gets his chance and proves everybody wrong.
Do we have anything to say about Panama?
I don't have much about
Good for
it.
them for making the tournament. That's about it.
All right, let's move on to our predictions for this group.
Yeah.
So I have Belgium in first, England second, Tunisia third, Panama fourth.
I have England first, Belgium second, Tunisia third, and Panama fourth.
Yeah, Belgium first, England second, Tunisia, Panama.
For some reason, I thought you were going to say Tunisia second.
I will actually see. I think if England finish second, the English fans immediately will be very disappointed with that. I think they feel they could top this group, which will then set them up for a better second round of 16. Round of 16 draw.
Well, let's move
Messed
on
that
to
one
those
up.
potential opponents.
Yeah.
Group H, Colombia, Senegal, Poland, Japan. Now, Waz and I, we're both Polish, big Lewandowski fans. So we might be a bit biased here. So
I'll bring it back to reality.
I'm very nervous.
Well, we had breaking news coming out of the Poland camp actually about a few hours ago. So tell us what that is, Waz.
Kamil Glik is ready to go.
Yeah.
He's ready for Russia.
That's a huge player to
You
have.
can tell
back.
I'm very excited.
Yeah.
he's the heart and soul of that defense.
Yeah, he's a rock. So, and he was captain for Torino. Actually, I could go on for that. I can go on forever about this national team.
I like Poland's team. With
do
Gleek
too,
in
yeah.
it, I think we have a good chance.
I've seen a lot of different, YouTubers of this slagging off Poland and say, they'll come third in the group, or they'll have a bad tournament, or they rely too much on Lewandowski, and what if he has a bad tournament? I think Poland has all the right makings of a great team if they just play well and have good results and everything. I think with Lewandowski up front, you're always going to have a valid goal scorer threat.
And he scored an amazing goal
He scored
against
a
Chile.
brilliant goal.
So
I feel like with Poland, if they play 4 in the back, they'll be good. I think because a lot of the time, especially in Euro 2016, the opposition they focus so much on Lewandowski that leaves one player open.
And honestly, I feel like It's kind of a meme in Poland, but Michał Pazdan, underrated center back. He had an amazing tournament in Euro 2016, and no one saw that. I was looking at teams in the tournament. I was like, where's Pazdan? He played amazing. He like shut down Germany. He shut down Ronaldo for the most part. It was amazing. So I like that Glick and Pazdan partnership is awesome.
I hope whatever drama is going on with Lewandowski at Bayern Munich does not affect this tournament.
No, I think he feels very confident in the national team.
Well, I hope he goes in saying, you know
Yeah.
what? Let me showcase myself. You know, let me go. Hey, Madrid, you need me. You know.
And in Poland, they also have some good midfielders with Zielinski, Linetti, Krychowiak, who didn't have a good time at West Brom, but hopefully he steps up for the national team.
I don't know if people notice this, but they're like Poland's midfield tends to kind of step it up on international games. Like Grosicki always plays well. He scores a couple goals. Blaszczykowski turns into like some speed demon. Piszczek is a great right back with Dortmund and Poland.
He is good.
He can toss a great cross into the box and run down the. Oh my god, I can go on forever.
Well, let's move on to the other teams. Give the other teams some love.
Sure.
Let's talk about Japan.
It's another team I don't know all that much about. I have to be honest. They have they have Yoshida, Kagawa. They have also the guy from Leicester. What's his name?
Okazaki.
That's his name.
They have Keisuke Honda.
Yeah. I mean, they'll be okay.
I think what hurts them the most is probably their defense. Let's be honest, when you're going against Lewandowski and then Mane
and James Rodriguez and Falcao.
It's like, oh god, what do we do?
Like who's Japan's X factor in this group? Like it's kind of Kagawa hasn't had the best season with Dortmund.
And I had a friend telling me, Japan's women's national team are like very good technically and they're very good tactically.
I don't think they're that great tactically.
Yeah.
I think like a lot of, I don't know, from what I've read from a guy that's actually like helped the youth development in Japan, like they always bring good players technically, but their coaches are sometimes lacking in tactics.
And I don't really think like that kind of like women's to men's, like I don't think that really necessarily translates. So I feel like they
like if it translated, like USA would be the best team in the world.
It'd be cool to see them maybe get a draw, a win, but I don't see it.
Yeah, I don't. Let's move to the biggest opponents for Japan, Senegal, with who also has a great goal scoring threat in Sadio Mane
and Keita Balde.
Yeah. You know, I think this is a team that will maybe pull an upset in the group by just having their counterattacking pace. But I think overall the team will not be good enough defensively and goaltending wise.
Oh, they also have Niang who played for Milan a few years ago. I didn't know he was Senegalese.
We're looking at some of the results here. 0-0 against Bosnia, 0-0 against Luxembourg, 1-1 against Uzbekistan.
Is this Senegal?
Yeah, not great results.
Because like their defense, I think they have a great defense with Sané and Koulibaly. Their midfield isn't bad in my opinion. Guys like Idrissa Gueye, Kouyaté, they're not bad players either.
Bad,
And to confirm, this is a different Sané, not the German one.
Yeah,
he did not magically turn into defender for Senegal.
No, it's a guy who just moved to Schalke this summer.
Yeah. So
and then obviously the front.
Yeah, Sadio Mane is. I think he was the most attacking Liverpool player. I know that's shocking saying Mohamed Salah got all the goals, but I think just pure attack. Sané's your guy.
I think Mane he's
like
good.
Sané.
Mane he's obviously good at attacking, but he's also a good playmaker as well.
Yeah.
He's not afraid to make that risky pass to play in that final ball that could lead to a good chance. He's definitely one to watch.
Yeah.
Whether the Senegalese coach can get the most out of his team is another question. Yeah. But let's move on to the last team in this group, Colombia.
Which is, I think, going to be a very interesting team.
I think they'll be a little disappointing.
I disagree.
They had a brilliant tournament last World Cup.
Yeah, but
James Rodriguez announced himself to the world. Brilliant goals, brilliant team connection, I thought.
Well, a lot can happen in 4 years, I feel.
Of
course. I think there's maybe too much hype around them. That's
Falcao up front is aging a bit, but he is also a proven goal scorer.
He had a good season with Monaco.
Yeah.
And then,
just sorry to interrupt. And March they beat France 3-2, which is a good result.
Yeah, that was a good result for them.
But they recently just drew Egypt 0-0. They drew Australia 0-0. So is there maybe some issues with attacking?
I don't know. Maybe it's tough to say. Maybe they're just not fully putting their effort in, and when the World Cup comes by, they're just like that.
Well, we're looking at their past results. Okay, so 0-0 versus Egypt and Australia. But then you can argue, okay, they beat France 3-2. They also they drew Brazil 1-1.
There's a silver lining, right?
Well, maybe they raised their game for the better opponent.
True.
So as the World Cup comes around, maybe they're saying, this is our time, let's go perform. Which, I mean, there's lots of teams that are like that.
And then, I mean, true, but there's also that result where they lost 2-1 to Paraguay.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know how I feel about this Colombian team.
They're hot and cold almost.
Yeah, honestly. And should we go to our predictions then?
So I feel like Colombia will be hot. I think they're going to top the group with Poland second, Senegal third, and Japan fourth.
Waz hit me with it.
I don't even want to sound bad. I think Poland can go top the group.
Okay.
And then in second, I do have Senegal, and third, I will have Colombia. And
Wow.
I think Poland has some. They have a lot of confidence going in the tournament. They've been training well, and I don't know. Honestly, if their players click, I think they work together well.
I think if Colombia don't make it through, it'll be a really big shock to the World Cup. But I have Poland first as well. Then I have Colombia second, Senegal third, and Japan fourth. I think Senegal will be exciting, but I don't think they'll have the talent to go through.
Yeah, I agree.
I love to see these like smaller nations haven't been to tournaments that often pull out a result, but when you're going against established teams, I think they just have that upper edge.
I do think Poland have a player who can potentially be a golden boy in Peter Zelensky, right? So
yeah.
I mean, Poland tend to raise their game too. Again, and like Euro 2016, they played well. They just kind of they honestly played better defensively, even though they had a pretty good attack in Euro 2016. So if the attack raises their level, some issues with the.
So that's all of the groups covered.
Yeah.
I think we covered them pretty decently. All the different teams and everything there.
The 90th minute will have the second part of our World Cup predictions out the next day. Stay tuned as we will predict the knockout rounds as well as awards, including the Golden Boot and players who we think will break out this tournament. Thank you for watching the first part of our predictions, and we hope to see you guys in the second part. Thank you very much, and take care.